Yo, dude. I'm J.O. Worley, TV. I'm gonna bring you a little something different right now. I want to tell y'all a few things about me. I'm not one that likes to brag about stuff, but I feel like the need to tell you a few things so maybe somebody else could relate to the things that I'm talking about and speaking here. But here we go. I'll tell you. Well, like, you know, I turned 18 and I got a bunch of money. Like, I'll tell you why I got that money. Like, keep listening to the 1030 Reds. The 1030 Reds. Yeah, dude, it was cool. You know, I got a bunch of money. I dropped my grandma, you know, 10 stacks. Yeah, that seemed like a lot of money, just dropping 10 stacks like that, but I feel like I need to do it, man. Like, you keep listening to that story. You know, that story I'm talking about? You listen to it? So I gave my grandma that 10 stacks, and yeah, felt pretty good. We wrote some checks. She wrote a check then for that's right, it was for 25 grand, 25 stacks. This was the check that I received, that I received. So look, I bought all sorts of things. First thing though, I was got to get my license. Remember, I was just 18, so yeah, I did go. I got my permit, you know, and it wasn't my license. Like, it was my permit. Now look, you would think, you know, you're like 18 years old and you got this permit, you think you should be able to drive, bro, and not need, like, you know, anybody up in your car with you. You should just be able to drive it regardless. Why, when you're 18, you're an adult. You're gonna need an adult! Sorts of things that stress me out like that in my life, but I focused and did the best I could. I had, you know, with what I had. But sometimes, with what you have is all you got. I'm just the type of person that wants to always do the best that I can with what it is that I have. Yeah, day of my 18th birthday, man, they let me loose. There's another detail that I'll explain a little more further to you. Pay attention to the stories. DRTYRED 1000. Jumping cookie, jumping, oh, jump, man, jump. So yeah, I'm 18. I got my permit. I went and bought a car. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to mention, it was my birthday. I'm 18 years old. Happy 18th birthday. Recap. 10 grand, 10 stacks went to my grandma. 25 stacks went to my bank account. Wait for checks to clear, maybe take a week. But I was cleared like a good 2 grand off the rip, put it in my pocket, in my hand, I need that. So yeah, I turned 18. I bought a car. I went and got my license, or my permit, at the license bureau. Also, there was some other things that entailed on this day. Things that could leave a lot of people in dismay. Look, I had a drug addiction, man. I was 18. These like I was living in a cage. I felt like a slave that was not going anywhere. I thought my life was gonna end so quick, and I would dare to expect that nothing real good would never come of it. Oh, focusing these, you will see that everybody wants to be in some kind of way loved on any certain day. Oh my, looking so knowledgeable, you would see that my flowers grow taller in my yard. My soil feels a little better, I feel like looking like a little clever. Oh wow, like can I sound totally now? You are around and amazed No, 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 how could you be amazed by a slave that's been trapped in a cage for days, never let out to see lights of days and nights? He would exist, he would run around, he would stir quick up violence and look for evil things to do, evil people to pursue in his life. He would look there through times of total strife. Oh, addictions coming up through the night. Yeah, you would see, this is what we're talking about. They turned 18, man, I had some clout. I had a pocket full of money, you see, and went and got my permit and bought this car, and I drove around in this car without that permit. No, not at all.
Worry free to own. For exceptional lease and finance offers, visit your local Jaguar dealer during the Jaguar Platinum Celebration.
So yeah, to a lot of people this sounds like a good day. Sounds like a day that everything just went A-okay. Yeah, you know, you're like, what's the dude complaining about? He's 18. He just got a car. He got his permit. And $35,000? Well, 25, but $25,000? And this dude's complaining? Are you serious? That's probably what some people might be saying, but like I said, man, details mean everything, so I just wanted to throw something out there, you know, what's coming up, you know. The story gets a little better, dude. I'm just talking about grade school right now. I mean, come on. How interesting is grade school? What really happens? Just to let you know where I came from, just, you know, that's how it be. That's just kind of, you know, what I'm trying to do about all that, you know. It's like, this is who I am. So, I understand that sometimes, you know, misunderstand a lot of things. I don't really want to brag about how I understand stuff. I just know that I understand stuff, and people wish they could trust me when I told them things, you know, about how I understood. Just trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. So, this is me, man. JL Worthy TV, dog. Just wanted to make a little extra vid while I was driving home on some airings. And I'm back home now, so I'm gonna get out. I'll upload this. This continues on another day. This is part of day 37. And, you know, I feel like sometimes, maybe even I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but sometimes I feel like that, you know? The best I can to be the best man that I am. But watch my story, bro. Please just stick with me, dog, and just like trust me, it gets better. Stuff is crazy up in here, dude. This is a story you might want to listen to, you know? All the people out there, man, that like you know me, you know we're part of you, cool, you know me. You still might want to listen to the story because you never know what else you might hear. I know a lot of things about a lot of people, bro, but you must believe. And I ain't never been a narc, and I would never just like blast on somebody, put on somebody on blast, man. So you know I'll never all the time use the most legitimate name. I would use a fake name. Some say this is lying, but understand you got to keep people's conceals hidden. No, conceals. That's another new word. You conceals what it is you regret. It's not really your fault, it's just human nature, that's how stuff is. Not really anything that you could be doing about it yet, you just need to accept it at least. Or even at least admit that it's there. You know,
lock me up in the cell behind the courtroom in Long Beach while I'm awaiting to be heard on my traffic offenses. But
you know,
I'm panicked. I'm thinking, oh my God, man, while I'm here, don't know me. Actually, what's to stop them? And what's really to stop them? Oh, I assume that maybe someday my mother would realize that I should.
So thanks. Appreciate it. It's me, dog. JL Worthy. 31,000. My stuff is it's on YouTube, homeboy. Okay? You understand? Comprende? You know what I mean? I see what I see, do what I do. Understand that it's who I pursue. Me, dog. Jay Worthy, man. DR. TY RED 1111111. Love my house, love my home, I love my family. I'll never regret the road that I took. I love you, Tara Lynn. Love you, Mason J. You'll forever have changed, just like Jesus has. Who I am, and who I'll always be, and who I'll become to be in you. And what family means to me is everything. Jesus, you are my everything. Without you, I couldn't have family. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for so much. You paid the price, and it was your sacrifice that meant, and is, and will always be the truth that people are going to need to hear. The truth that'll set people free, actually. And they'll feel it, instead of saying something to nothing. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Tara. I love you, Mason. Deuces. Dirty Red 1000. I'm out. Laters. Like that long did, huh?